Universe! Hi mga karag-karag! Welcome back to my vlog. Isang napagandang umaga ulit dito sa Doha, Qatar. At syempre, hindi pa tapos ang orasyon ni Kuragan sa araw na to dahil sinabi ko na nga sa last vlog ko na mag-feature tayo ng mga dalawang kandidata na mga tahimik lang at hindi napapansin masyado sa social media dahil walang Sash factor. Kaya simulan na natin mga karag-karag kung sino ang pasok sa araw na to. At ito na nga mga karag-karag, isa din to sa mga tinitingnan ko rin at silip-silip ko din ng mga kandidata na talaga namang sobrang tahimik din nila sa social media kahit may mga konti silang pasabog pero hindi pa rin napapansin ng mga beauty pageant fans dahil hindi nga wala silang masyadong supporter sa social media at walang Sash factor. Kaya ito na mga karag-karag, sino nga ba to? So talaga ako, interest din ako kay Miss Barbados at kay Miss Belize. Sila yung dalawang kandidata ngayon na tinitingnan ko rin na tahimik lang at hindi masyadong napapansin. Kaya ano nga ba ang laban ng dalawang ito sa Miss Universe 69th edition? Pasok kaya sila sa high place? At ito na nga mga karag-karag, panoorin natin ang interview ni Miss Barbados para malaman natin kung ano yung laban niya sa 69th edition ng Miss Universe. Kaya let's watch.
Finally decided to go to the interview. You get the recall. What were you expecting versus what you got?
You know, I didn't expect it to be such a learning process and how much I would grow over the time of being a delegate. So, you know, when I first thought of pageantry, I think that's why I was kind of turned off at the beginning because I was like, you know, the glitz, the glam, the spotlight. I was like, I don't think that's for me. I was a little more quiet and reserved and whatnot, but would you believe it now? But I had such a great time as a delegate. I've learned so much because it really forced us to dig deep within ourselves and form opinions, and you learn so much about yourself in the process. And I always said the training it's all about perception, so it's how you want to connect that back to your day-to-day life. So the training is life training. Even if at the time the end goal wasn't pageantry, I had learned so much in that process. And I said I wish all the young women in Barbados could go through a training process like that. I always said your sessions with me as a delegate were my absolute favorite.
Oh, the check hasn't even cleared yet. Don't you love her?
But no, the training process was amazing, and it's something that has carried with me throughout my from delegate to now, really.
Wow. But the to now is very interesting.
Yes.
You were one of the coveted finalists.
I was.
You know, we're counting down and we're getting ready to proclaim a name. So you get that high, and then you have the reality like, okay, I did it.
I did it.
Great. Let's get back to life.
You really dedicate your life to Miss Universe during that process.
You do. Let's get back to life. So you get back to life, and all of a sudden, you get a call.
I did.
Take us through that day.
So I was actually at work, and I saw a missed call from Brian and Natasha, and a message from Brian saying, let us know when you have some time, we could schedule a call. And I'm the kind of person that when someone's like, we have to talk, it's going to be on my mind. It's going to be on my mind and eat away at me until we talk. So I was like, no, I'm free now. Like, what do we need? What are we talking about? And my first thought was maybe they wanted some assistance, marketing or social media, as I am a digital marketer. So I thought we were going to think about what we're doing for the 2020 delegates. That was my
sounds about right.
That was my first thought. And so I called them back, and after a quick catch up, they informed me, well, congratulations, you're now the reigning Miss Universe Barbados. And I kind of went, my facial expression staring at my computer at the time probably went completely blank and shocked. I was so surprised to get the news. And I think after a minute after it settled in and he explained what had happened and now that I'm the next in line to be the reigning Miss Universe Barbados, it was automatic excitement, and I was so eager to just get started. All the ideas were already starting to rush to me, and they're like, well, you can take a minute to think about it. And I'm like, this isn't something we have to think about. I'm like, take a minute.
The train is at the station.
So I was already on board, and I was so excited to just get started. And it was just so shocking, and I was so surprised, but everything, I believe, happens for a reason. And I was so excited to get ready and just get started with my reign.
And here we go. We have a new queen. We have a brand new coronation party. And then, boom, we have COVID.
Yep.
Welcome to our new quarantine queen. What was that like?
Well, most people, when they found out I was going to be the reigning Miss Universe Barbados, shortly after, almost the entire world went into lockdown and COVID obviously had happened. So a lot of people were like, oh, that's too bad. You know, you started your reign and then COVID, you only got to do the one event, which was International Women's Day, which we had went to, which was so much fun.
Yeah.
But because of COVID, we really got to pivot how I'm going to do my reign. And as a marketer, that kind of aligned with being in COVID, everything had to become digital, everything was a lot of social media driven. So it kind of worked in my favor a little bit. And because of COVID, I got to create so many new fun initiatives. I got to do COVID conversations, life in lockdown, conversations with the Queen. I got to do so many videos reading to children through the pandemic. And I got to do just so many check-in videos, mental awareness, and just staying connected with the community, even though we are stuck at home, and just making sure all our spirits are still in the right frame of mind, and that we're obviously all playing our part, social distancing and all the rules that were implemented. So I think my reign has been so unique and so fulfilling that if it weren't for COVID, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to have conversations with some of the people that I've been able to speak with.
Right.
I wouldn't have had the opportunity for all the initiatives that we've done. So you know what? COVID kind of worked a blessing for me.
It is kind of a blessing. I even worked out with you once. It was hard. You squat a lot. Anyway, thanks though.
Leg day is my favorite
I
day.
forgot. I was like, you know, she really does love a leg day though, more than most. But it works. Look at that. So here we are. And you are in the midst of your other queens, and I know you've been getting such great advice from them, and they've been telling you know what, we've never been through this, but enjoy it and embrace it. And I must say that you have done just that.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been such a great opportunity, and I was so eager to just make the most of it. That's something that I always told Brian and Natasha, that I was like, I need to do the most in this 7-month reign. And so I was just so excited, and I was like, we have to do as much as possible. So I really wanted to make the most of the opportunity. When opportunity knocks, I always want to answer the door.
Well, I hope you remember that, because there might be a young lady out there sitting on that proverbial fence thinking, should I not? Should I wait for Michelle or Lanny to come knocking?
I might come out.
It might be you this time, yeah. What would you advise any young woman out there thinking, I might do it, but I don't know if it's for me?
Shoot your shot, honestly. Just taking risks is something that stepping out of your comfort zone is where growth happens. And I can look at myself. There's actually a photo of Megan and I on the day that I registered. And when I look at that young woman in the eyes, I'm like, that is not the same woman that I am today. I can see the amount of growth that's happened, and even interacting with other people, I can look back and I can see how much I've changed, and for the better. I've learned so much, and it truly is such a phenomenal journey and such a great process. You learn so much, and the opportunities that can come of it are absolutely endless. So you can make the best of any situation. So just go for it.
Shoot your shot. I love it.
If you spend the time waiting for that perfect moment, you might be waiting and waiting, and it'll never come.
Isn't that the truth,
Dito
though?
makapasok sa top 20 at makahawak to ng mic at talaga to sa Q&A sa Miss Universe. Uy, tahimik na biglang, aatake na to. May magaling si Barbados, mga karag-karag para sa akin. At ito pa yung isa na tahimik lang din, si Miss Bilis. Panoorin natin ang interview na to ni Miss Bilis. So, para maano natin kung may laban ba siya sa high placement sa 69th edition sa Miss Universe na yung May 16. Let's watch.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Getting to Know Miss Universe Philippines with Daily Online News. I am Iris Salguero, Miss Universe Philippines 2020-2021, and we asked you guys to submit any questions you wanted me to answer, so let's dive right into them. My biggest inspiration or motivation is my purpose behind my platform in speaking up about being a survivor of domestic abuse, knowing that I'm changing lives and possibly even saving the lives of many young women and men that have been through or are currently going through something similar. I hope to inspire them and let them know that they're capable of overcoming something so traumatic and so accomplishing great things in life. On my social media platforms, I am constantly advertising Belize and everything that we have to offer, which I think is crucial in attracting tourism and getting our economy back to where it used to be. I'm so excited to see that there are so many young entrepreneurs that have stepped up to the hard times that COVID has presented us, and that's why I'm also always open to working with small local businesses and advertising their products and their services. I think the most important thing that I should be teaching them is respect, equality, and love, that there is no space for hate or discrimination regardless of sexual orientation, race, gender, religious beliefs. Truly conveying the message of love because we're always stronger when we're together. I believe that social media platforms can find a middle ground in respecting freedom of speech and still regulating what people say. I believe that everyone is entitled to their own opinions, but by regulating content, we can minimize the spread of hateful speech, discrimination, or inaccurate or dangerous information. The most precious gift I have given someone, or that I believe you could give to someone, is your genuine, unconditional love. Through that comes respect, friendship, loyalty, support, and those are things that we're constantly looking for. So be that light in this world. My definition of success is happiness and usefulness. I do not believe that you need a degree to be someone successful in life. It's more about how you're giving back to your community. Some of the most successful people in this world don't have a degree and they're doing something that they love and that brings them happiness and that has been useful to our generation. Regardless of gender, I think that as human beings, we all go through a lot of the same struggles. However, I do feel that through history, women have been underestimated and have not been treated equally. So I'd like to see a future where we are given the same respect and equal rights. We have come a long way, but there is still a little bit more work to be done. My biggest fear is to not be useful to this world. I think that the most important things we leave behind when we pass on are the feelings we left in people and the impact we created through wanting to make change. So whatever I involve myself in now or in the future, I will always be involved in my community and give back to people. And I encourage everyone to work on leaving a legacy of all the positive things that you did while you were alive. If I were given $1 million, I would invest it into this idea that I have of a trade school, a non-profit organization where anyone can come and take courses on different skill sets that I think would be useful to them. I would more than likely also invest in a home just because it's a goal of mine as a young adult, and I'd probably use whatever is left to take care of my family. If I have the opportunity to speak in front of the world leaders, there are so many topics that I want to address. But I would overall convey a message of love, that there is no room for hate or discrimination, regardless of sexual orientation, gender, race, religious beliefs, etc. We need to solve the issues that we have as humans so that we can overcome them and in unison work on bigger issues like global warming, world hunger, poverty, and then from there, work towards a better world for everyone.
Ayan ang mga karagdag na pakinggan na natin at narinig na rin natin si Miss Bilis. Ang masasabi ko lang, may utak din siya mga karagdag. Okay din siyang sumagot ha. So, tahimik lang sila ng mga kandidata pero wow, pagdating sa kudaan, palaban din talaga ang mga to. At kung may halin tula, kung i-compare natin sila sa mga kandidata na todo, pabunggahan sa social media yung mga pag-gown, naku, dito, ito yung lamang nila eh. Ito yung lamang ng mga tahimik na mga dark horse lang na mga front. Kumpara sa yung utak. Ito yung wala sa ibang mga kandidata na puro na lang pag-gown yung nakikita natin. Nako, yun lang yung concern ko. Kailangan nilang magpakitang gilas talaga sa darating na closed door interview dahil yun lang talaga yung magiging lamang nila, yung utak nila kung paano sila sumagot sa closed door interview para makapasok sila sa top 20 mga karag-karag. Dahil yun nga, samantalang itong mga pag-gown queen, nako, dito medyo kabado ako sa closed door interview nila kumpara dito sa mga walang ek-ek sa social media, kaya napaka-excited na laban ngayon sa 69th edition mga karag-karag. Kasi parang balanse, may team na todo pag-gown, may team na wala lang, para lang silang nanonood ng reality show sa social media. Uy, ito yung magiging kalaban natin. Ito pala yung isa hindi magaling sa magsalita ng sumagot. Itong isa din naman, todo imot. Itong isa naman, puro pa side view yung mga photoshoot. Yung isa naman, pati paglakad sa New York City, pre-practice na. Mabuang ko bayot. So, nakaka-enjoy panoorin ang 69th edition ng Miss Universe kasi parang parang dinala ka sa ibang dimension ng beauty pageant. Kanya-kanyang patalbugan na amot lang na lang dyan. And ano masasabi niyo mga karag-karag sa laban ni Miss Barbados at ni Miss Belize sa darating na May 16? Comment down below. Naniniwala ba kayo na may posibilidad na kaya nilang lagpasan ang mga frontrunner sa taong to? And thank you for watching mga karag-karag. Have a good day sa inyong lahat. Abangan nyo bukas ang dalawang kandidata na naman yung i-feature ko na tahimik at walang mga pakeme sa social media. And thank you sa inyong suporta mga karag-karag. And bye-bye. Another vlog na naman si Kuragan. Kasi sayang yung pakulot ko to din, Katul sa ilong.